Good morning, everybody. It's Friday morning, and it looks like we're going to get a bit more rain. I hope we do. We're desperate for it. But good morning to you, and I hope you have a fantastic day and a great weekend. We're into that incredible story of David and his enemy Goliath. There are so many things and so many lessons we can learn from this story. So I hope you find a few that will be meaningful for you. Yesterday, we spoke about the fact that David, who had heard the voice of Goliath as Goliath came out day after day. For 40 days he came and he taunted the nation of Israel. And David, with his righteous indignation, his anger rose up against Goliath, saying, what is this man? Who is this man that he should defy the God of Israel? And that rose up within him, into action. So he went and he said, I will fight the man. And they laughed at him. They scorned him. They said, you'll never fight him. He's a hardened soldier. You're just a little shepherd boy. But eventually, after much persuasion, David said, I have earned the right to fight this giant. You see, he had passed, he believed, the test of small things. They said, what gives you the right? What makes you think that you can take on so great an enemy? And David would have said, listen, he's just a giant. He's just a man. I, in my caring for my sheep, have fought off lions. I fought off bears to protect my sheep, and I can fight this guy because I know that Jehovah is with me. So they took young David and they put on Saul's armor. They said, if you're going to fight the giant, you must look like the part. You need to put on the armor. And so he put on his armor, and Saul, who was probably 6'6" or something, he just couldn't manage this big guy's armor. And he said, no, I don't need that. I just need my slingshot and the name of God. And he went out and he stood before the giant, and the giants taunted him and said, who do you think I am that you would come out and fight me? Am I a dog that you come to chase me with sticks and stones? And David said, you don't know who you are messing with. I might be small, but I have a very, very big God. And David said to Goliath, I come to you with a name. You come to me with armor and shield and a sword. I come to you with a name. But man, what a name. He said, I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, which is Jehovah Sabaoth. That's God's warrior name. That when God wants to go out to war and when God wants to achieve an end, he uses that name depicting the certain nature of who he is. And David said, I come to you in the name of Jehovah Sabaoth. You don't want to mess with him. And I will take you down, big giant. And as he stood there, not with arrogance, but he stood there with absolute confidence that his life was in the hands of a very, very strong God. A God who is able to overcome any giant. A God who is able to overcome any situation. David knew God by that name. Now let me stop there for today. We've got so many other things to say. But maybe you're facing a giant in your life, and you're trying to fight the giant with somebody else's armor. They're not going to work. You're going to lose every time. Maybe you're trying to fight the giant in your life in your own strength. Well, you're not going to win that either, and you've probably done that over and over and over again, and you have lost every single time because the giant is much bigger than you. And when you fight the giant on his terms, he's surely going to win every time. And so what we have to do is we need to know whose name we face the giant in. First thing, you need a big brother. You need a father who will stand in your corner with you. And God says to you today, listen carefully, people. God says to you today, no matter how big the giant, no matter how high the mountain that stands in front of you, I will be your strength. I will fight for you because I am Jehovah Sabaoth. And David brought that giant down, not because he was stronger than the giant, but he brought that giant down because he came with the right armaments. He didn't come with swords and shields. They're not good. He didn't come with somebody else's armor. He came in the name of Jehovah. The next giant that raises his head against you, why don't you come in the same name? And let's see if there isn't a different result to the one that you've been trying to win over for many years. I want you to think about that today. But have a great day, and we'll see you in church on Sunday. Bye now.